Welcome to the reedreport. Appreciate you guys for taking this time to hear me out on this night, this morning, afternoon, however you may be listening, wherever you may be listening, whenever. Of course, we got the this weekend wild card. We got the wild card predictions. So here on the reedreport, we always give you predictions, and this wild card weekend will feature rematches of the regular season in each game, including 3 games where the teams will be meeting for a third time, meaning that they were divisional opponents. Now for my preseason picks, it didn't really fare so well. If you want to see that video, you can refer back to my 2022 NFL predictions back in September. But yeah, it didn't fare so well. I only picked 3 correct division winners, which were the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Eagles. So I pretty whiffed on that one. As for my playoff predictions, I had the Bills, Ravens, Chiefs, Colts, Raiders, Chargers, and Bengals in that order. So for my AFC side, yeah, that was the AFC side. So I got 5 out of 7, which ain't bad. That's not bad at all. And for the NFC, different story. I had the Packers, my Panthers, Eagles, Rams, Buccaneers, Vikings, and Cardinals. 3 out of 7. Now that's bad. So I completely botched the NFC playoff side in terms of the predictions. But we just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Fresh start. Let's go. So I mentioned I botched the NFC playoff, botched the predictions on the NFC teams, but I did, however, correctly pick one matchup that's taking place in the postseason this weekend, and that matchup will feature the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. I had the Ravens winning in the prediction, but of course now circumstances have changed. Getting into this weekend's matchups, now that we're actually here. That was then in September. This is now here in January. Things change. Things such as injuries, which is the main thing that has changed. So anyway, without further ado, let's just start things off with our first matchup, our first game, which will feature the Seattle Seahawks at the San Francisco 49ers. This will be the 3rd time these 2 teams are meeting. The Niners swept the regular season matchup, winning both games. They won the first meeting back in September, 27-7. Won the second meeting, 21-13. Last month, actually. That was a Thursday night game. I think one of the last Thursday night games. Yeah, so for this one, I don't want to waste too much time because we do have a lot of predictions. But for this matchup, I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers to beat the Seattle Seahawks 34-20. I just think San Francisco defensively is too much. And I just thought, and Seattle's defense, I don't think they can hang with what the Niners have. But I'm gonna take the Niners to get past Seattle and make it to the divisional round. And these are the Saturday games, by the way. And in the next game, we got the Chargers at the Jaguars. The Jaguars beat the Chargers 38-10 way earlier back in the season before Jacksonville eventually went on the decline. I think they were like 2-6. They were, it looked good in the beginning, the first few weeks, and then you just saw the losses piling up, and you saw what we then saw was potential. Like, we know what this team can be. We know Trever Lawerence is not a bust. We know what they're capable of. And then something happened. The Jags caught fire, and Tennessee caught a cold. The Titans was like 7-4, and they lost out to finish like 7-10. And the Jags ended up going 9-8, beat the Titans the last week of the season to clinch the division. And the Chargers in the playoffs, Justin Herbert's first playoff game, just like Trever Lawerence. This is a tough one because this is not easy, but this is an even matchup is what I was trying to say. I think this matchup is pretty even. I think when we look back on this game, we're going to say the Jags will be a much tougher team next year. I think they're getting Calvin Ridley back through his 1-year suspension. Already have Christian Kirk. Already have a nice tight end, running back, and they just got, the Jags are right there. They're right there. So I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game over the Jacksonville Jaguars in Duval County. I got the Chargers 24-22 over the Jaguars. And for our Sunday matchups, we're here Sunday now. And this one is not, we're not going to even play around with this one. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills. These two teams also split the regular season meeting. Bills won early in the season, I think week 3. I mean, not the Bills, but the Dolphins. The game 2 got the concussion and ended up playing on that Thursday against the Bengals, where he was just, taken out altogether. But the Dolphins won that game 21-19. The Bills beat them not too long ago, a few weeks ago in Buffalo, 32-29. I don't see this game being close at all. And I think with my final score, I'm probably being a little too generous to Miami, but they do have a lot of offensive firepower there. Tua will not be playing in this game. I'm going to take the Bills to win this game 41-27. I think they're going to blow out the Dolphins just like they did the Patriots last year in the wildcard round, another division opponent. They're going to blow them out and ease past them, getting to the divisional round where they should, where the expectation is to win, because we know what happened last season against the Kansas City Chiefs, which is one of the greatest playoff games we've ever seen. But I got the Bills winning this game 41-27 over the Miami Dolphins with ease. Some of those points the Miami score most likely will be garbage points. Giants at Vikings. Giants at Vikings. This is the second of our 3 Sunday matchups. In the regular season, I think back in week 16, the Vikings beat the Giants 27-24. Close game, like all of Minnesota's wins pretty much all season long. A team that no one is buying, including myself. I'm not buying the Vikings. They're going to have to prove it. They're going to have to show it in order for me to believe it. There's no reason they should lose this game to the New York Giants. And I'm not saying that to disrespect the Giants, but I think you always got to have that upset special game. You always got to have that game where, okay, upset of the week right here. And this is that game for me. This is my upset of the week. I'm taking the New York Football Giants to beat the Minnesota Vikings 24-17. I'm taking Giants to beat the Vikings. Vikings won 13 games, but like I said, they haven't been impressive all season long. They haven't had a standout victory. I mean, Colts won where they came back from 33-0. Like I said, if they fall down 33-0 to the Niners, even the Bucks, the Eagles, Cowboys, we know the Cowboys beat them 42-3. They're not coming back to win that game down 33-0. But it was impressive, but the Colts are irrelevant, so not impressive enough. Biggest comeback in history, but because of their track record all season, whatever. And we have our final Sunday game of the evening. We got Sunday Night Football, the Baltimore Ravens at the Cincinnati Bengals. I know they did a coin flip to decide who will be the home team, and I didn't read about that anything, but from what I saw, it looked like the Cincinnati Bengals are going to be the home team. In the regular season, both these teams split the regular season meeting, 2 division opponents, just like the Dolphins and Bills and the Seahawks and 49ers. These are also 2 opponents that play in the same division. Like I said, Ravens won 19-17 in the first meeting early in the season back on October 9th. Lamar was in that game. And last week in the regular season, the Bengals beat the Ravens 27-16. Baltimore did play them tough. And it should be noted that Cincinnati has only lost 1 game since that loss to the Ravens, since they were defeated by the Ravens back in October. They've only lost 1 game since then, and that was to the Cleveland Browns. Cincinnati, to me, clearly, they're the better team. I think even if Lamar comes back, no word on that yet, but I don't see, I know I'm supposed to be saving the predictions, but like I said, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I don't see a team better than the Cincinnati Bengals, especially in the AFC. I just don't see it. So I'm taking the Bengals to win this game over the Ravens, 28-14, Cincinnati in Cincinnati. They'll be picking up right where they left off last week. They'll score one more point, and Baltimore have 2 less points. Cincinnati 28, Baltimore 14. And the Monday night game, which is, I think, this is the game that everyone is anticipating right here. The game everyone can't wait to see. A lot of people are anticipating. I can't say everyone. But we know, the Cowboys at Buccaneers. In the regular season, they met in week 1 in the Sunday night opener. The Bucks won that game 19-3, left a lot of touchdowns on the board, had to settle for a lot of field goals. Dak hurt his finger, and he was gone for about 5 weeks. We know Tom Brady with that perfect 7-0 record against the Cowboys. I don't know what's wrong with the Cowboys. Well, I do know. They have horrible play calling, and I'm not thrilled about Kellen Moore being interviewed for the Panthers job. I'm not thrilled about him possibly coming on board. Don't really like it, especially from what I've seen from Dallas this year. They finished 12-5, I believe, but they've still been a bit inconsistent. In that last game against the Washington Commanders really gave a lot of people a cause to pause on the Cowboys. So this is going to be a tough one because the Bucks, on the other hand, has not been that impressive. They haven't been impressive at all. They're coming into the postseason with a losing record at 8-9. If Brady played the entire Falcons finale, they would have finished 9-8. I have no doubt about that. But they settled for the losing record to go in the playoffs. This is a tough one. Bucks cannot really score points like that. I don't know how they did what they did against the Carolina Panthers. I don't know how, because we haven't seen that all season long from them. I don't know how they beat us, but anyway, they did that. We're not in the playoffs. They are. They're playing the Cowboys. We're not. Dallas is screwed up, but my gut is still telling me to pick them because I just don't see Tampa. I don't see it. I don't think the Bucks will win this game. I'm gonna take the Cowboys to win this game, 27-19. I think they wake up, get rejuvenated, get some sense slapped into them, and I think they figure out a way to win this game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay, where there will no doubt be a lot of Cowboy fans. Anyway, that won't determine the outcome, but just throwing that in there because they are the Dallas Cowboys. So I got the Cowboys winning 27-19. Again, I got the Eagles. I'm sorry, not the Eagles. We're getting there. I got the Niners beating the Seahawks 34-20. Again, Chargers over Jags 24-22. I got the Dolphins losing to the Bills 41-27. I got the Giants on the upset against the Vikings 24-17. Bengals beat Ravens 28-14, and Cowboys beat Bucks 27-19. So if the re-report predictions pan out, that means next week the lowest remaining seed played the highest remaining seed. So next week it'll be Eagles versus Giants for a third time this season. We'll have 49ers and Cowboys in a rematch of last year's wildcard round. Chiefs versus Chargers. If the re-report is correct, and this game right here, the Chiefs and Chargers, if it happens, that would be a prediction I had back in my preseason predictions video. And we have Bills versus Bengals. A lot of history between all of these because this is a game that was canceled, wasn't played because of the unfortunate situation with Damar Hamlin. So if the re-report is right, we will get that matchup, Bills versus Bengals, next week. So, appreciate y'all for taking the time to hear me out on these predictions. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know who y'all think is going to win this weekend, who you think is going to the Super Bowl. Let me know your scores on Wild Card Weekend. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you guys soon. We out.